Welcome to Total Party Kill, where the dice roll high and the stakes roll higher. If you're into epic battles, chaotic crits, and unforgettable moments, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a session. Let's dive in. Alright, so last time on Dungeon Masters, we were... Oh, now I lost it. Here it is. In the days following the evacuation of Mastria, the world did not recover. Portals remained closed, no new gates formed. Magic felt restrained, as though something Bass had pulled inward and locked itself away. It was during this uneasy quiet that King Byrax reached a grim realization. The blood crypt spoken of in the prophecies, the one tied to the Godkiller Door, was never beneath Mastria at all. The wording was older, more precise. It spoke of broken blood. That trail led to Solaryn, a fallen royal line once bound to Mastria by blood and oath, now shattered and forgotten. A bloodline cut off, yet still potent enough to serve as a key. With this revelation, your path shifted. You traveled to the site of Solaryn's forgotten legacy and uncovered the entrance to the Godkiller Door dungeon. A place not built to test heroes, but to prevent anyone from passing. Every stone, every seal existed to ensure the door would never open again. Inside the dungeon revealed its intent immediately. Room 1 stripped away certainty, confronting you with blood-bound wards and ancient mechanisms that responded not to strength, but lineage and sacrifice. The magic here did not attack blindly, it judged. Room 2 went further, it tested intent and purpose and will. The dungeon did not care who you were, only whether you deserved to continue. You overcame both trials, pushing deeper into a place designed to erase its own memory and bury the sins of gods and kings alike. And that is where the session ended, beyond Room 2, with the Godkiller Door still sealed, with the broken blood of Solaryn echoing through the stone, and with the growing certainty that whatever lies beyond that door was never meant to be unsealed, not even by those strong enough to try. That was a freaking mouthful, y'all. So you guys are still currently in the Godkiller dungeon, which I'm flipping to right now. Oh, and something to note is Bexy character was marked by one of the assailants. It's actually in the last video that I uploaded. Or the one before that one, actually. Let's see. Am I at the right place? I'm pretty sure. You guys are beyond the door, or beyond the door lies a massive circular chamber carved from black stone veined with dull silver light. The ceiling is impossibly high and studded with relief carvings of dead gods, their names scratched out. At the center, a sunken ring etched with runes that pulse when the party enters. Do you guys approach the room, or are you like, nah, fuck this, we're leaving?
I would probably bless you. would probably try to approach the room. I wouldn't enter the room, but I would try and approach it and see if any of my monk sensory or thief sensory just kind of kicks off.
A sensory goes off for sure, because for a moment you feel a brief invasive sensation. It's like someone counting your heartbeat, or they're trying to measure the weight of your soul. And Bexy's character, if he were to approach, would feel it linger afterwards.
Is there a way to roll feline intuition that, Cat would know that Bexy's character would? Just so that I can, be like, hey, Bexy, what's going on? Genuinely, that's the end of the...
He just kind of shrugs his shoulders. Smokes on his cigarette. He's canonically always smoking, he said.
Just freshly lighting up all the time.
Let's see, though.
A fellow fan of Raw Dog comics. I respect that.
Do the rest of you approach?
Yeah, I'll be looking for traps and stuff like that. Make sure we don't get exploded or anything else.
That's not a terrible idea. Why don't you roll me a perception? Or an investigation, if either is better.
Uh, 23 for a perception check.
The room seems to be clear of traps. Nothing to go off in here. You guys all feel the same sensation as you approach the room. You perceive, as that happens with that same perception, it feels like you guys are somehow now registered. In a weird sense.
Registered as in something knows we're here?
Yes.
Okay.
And something knows we're not supposed to be here.
Does anybody try to interact with the ring?
I guess I'm kind of confused.
Is there anything recognizable about the ring?
Just really old ruins. You could tell that it was used for something. It's hard to, even with your perception or investigation on that one, it's kind of hard to tell what it was used for at this point. But something you might learn later.
Okay.
Are you guys going to try to touch the ring or possibly deface it or anything?
Yeah, I'll try to touch it, I guess. Is that what we want to do?
A vision.
Can I try an alter? Can you try to alter this rune circle?
You can, but roll me an insight.
Okay. 12.
Even with a 12, it almost feels like it's tainted magic, you might actually suffer a repercussion, or it might not work because it kind of almost feels innate, not natural magic.
Okay. Yeah, I tried my thing.
As you touch the circle, though, you get a vision of a god screaming as something locks around its name. And then there's mortals standing where the party stands now. Different people. After that, you guys see a series of branching hallways. You start heading your way there. It's pretty much the only way to go. as you start descending, you feel like your boons are nullified currently. Healing magic feels delayed or even cold. Is there any divine casters? Yeah, there'd be Valgrim. If you pray at all, you hear faint echoes. You guys see some carvings on your way down. Priests begging their gods for intervention. Gods unable to hear. And mortals killing gods without divine backlash. You can learn at this point that the Godkiller doesn't destroy gods by force. It, isolates them first. And as you're descending, a fragment of a dead god's will lashes out at you guys instinctively. Everybody make me a wisdom save.
$23.
19.
Uh, 15.
And what about you, Chaos?
21.
You guys actually all make it. 15 was right on the nose for it, so good job. Past the stairs, you see a collapsed sanctuary chamber. You find a priest. He seems to be... Well, one second here. We'll go with this for the fuck of it. You find a priest, basically, and he seems to be kept alive. He reveals Well, do you guys approach him, I suppose?
Yeah.
Oh, thank Mastria. I thought I'd be down here forever. The Godkiller kept me alive as proof that gods can abandon their own. Now, Mastria felt the god power awaken. That's who my god is. And she tried to flee, but it was too late. The thing below doesn't hate gods, it needs them. But I'm coming with you guys. If you don't mind, please take me home to Solaryn.
I suppose we can oblige. Just cause no trouble. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Okay, and he kind of steps next to you. There's two ways we can exit or go towards that way. And he points, and you guys see a sealed vault layered with arcane counter sigils. You can tell that this was not built by the quote-unquote Godkiller. But it was actually, potentially, you see familiar markings on there with a Arcana of 12. That it was built by Mastria.
Yeah, maybe we should go over that way. Mistra's markings and all.
I don't know, man. I've been told not to mess with that, the priest says.
Well, it's also one of those things where if someone tells me not to do it, I'm gonna want to do it, so I'm just gonna go do it.
As you approach, Mistria partially actually manifests. She seems almost controlled and afraid, and even angry at herself. She says, I hid this here because even gods forget, but this place remembers how gods die. She looks directly at Bexy, and she addresses his mark. She says she didn't place that, but she knows who did. And I need you guys to survive long enough for all this to matter. Do you open the vault?
No, I might have misunderstood. Did you mean that the counter spells, like the blocks, look like they're Mistria's?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha, yeah, so we should probably leave that alone.
You don't want to mess with it?
Kinda?
You feel, because I think it's in your pocket, you feel the other shard of, like, Mistria kind of start to heat up a little bit as you get closer to the vault.
Guys, I'm real conflicted.
Don't ask Chaos.
I want to open this door, but I think something's... Yeah, I think something scary is but on the other side.
Well, there is
All in
always
favor?
scary things, so I think we can just go for it, I believe.
This doesn't seem like the quote-unquote Godkiller Door here. It's something different. You guys have seen the Godkiller Door. You know what it looks like. Well,
Yeah, let's open it.
you didn't see it there, Soren, but yes. If you've seen Solo Leveling, it's basically the door looked like the big statue dude's face on the, like, first episode.
Gotcha.
You open it, and in this room you see a shard of Mistria. It's floating. It's got fractured spell ruins orbiting a core of blue-white light.
Does it react to the shard that I have?
It seems to be a little bit, yeah. Like it's kind of halfway pulling towards it, but it doesn't, like, leave its space.
I'll try to collect the one that's floating.
You notice as you do that, it seems to look like Bexy's mark that he has is more visible to certain senses. Roll me an insight on what they're... Yeah, insight on what those senses could be.
$14.
Divine senses. And it's probably going to now be hard to remove. And from this point, there's really nothing past that. You can leave the vault. And as you start leaving, doors close as you pass. The stone hum deepens. A voice not spoken presses into your minds. Witnesses acquired. This is like the first time, not the first. This is another moment where the quote-unquote Godkiller acknowledges you guys. And it almost feels like you guys were necessary in a weird way. But it also doesn't seem like it has awakened fully. So basically from there, you guys are free to head back out if you would like to.
I feel like
If we can find the exit.
Yeah, I feel like we might want to be at full strength when we do this.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
And maybe upgrade items a little bit and get a little stronger.
It's almost kind of strange. You guys didn't actually see the Godkiller Door down here.
It's if I would assume it's probably magically hidden down here somewhere.
Dude.
Could be closer to the exit.
Yeah, it could be anywhere.
As you're leaving at a point, Mastria manifests again, this time in front of Goichi. And she says, "Why have you taken the shard, Goichi? Do you understand what I'm becoming?"
Not at all.
They're weaponizing me. And releasing me could also have backlashes, one could say.
Yeah, it's releasing magic into the world. That in itself is going to be chaotic, but it's better than corrupting it and warping it.
I don't even know how the world would react to my essence being released back into it all at once. Or what magic might be at that time, if it would be different. I offer you protection, but also a warning, disguised as help.
Disguises help.
So you guys continue making your way out the dungeon. And you get all the way back to the castle. You see Solaryn there waiting for you. He's aware that you guys have entered a place, that God Spear. And he also notices that at least one of you came out changed. So I guess I want from you guys truth, maybe loyalty, or a reason not to act. Tell me, what is going on, Solaryn?
Well, we're still figuring out the details, but we have basically issues with Mastria arising in with Calathar, so we are trying to understand.
His ears perk as you say Mastria. He's like, "You're not becoming one of those like that mad priest years ago."
Oh gods, no.
Trying to raise her teachings of Mastria, a non-existent, maybe possibly dead god.
Well,
She's very much alive.
she's very much real as well. Her power was taken.
And he just kind of like scoffs at you guys. Okay.
You asked for the truth.
Just don't be saying that out on the street. You're going to have people looking all crazy out here again. Trying to have teachings of magic. Magic doesn't exist in this world.
If you
How do you explain the
insist,
sun rising?
You guys also notice that he kind of like sees the priest with you, and he like somewhat seems to recognize him. And just his presence kind of like gives you a haunting feeling, Goichi. And Valgrim. Just him being around you kind of gives you guys like a weird haunting feeling.
That cleric?
Is this priest figure that we brought in, is his like hands in his pockets, or is he being looking around awkwardly or weirdly? Is he just doing anything weird?
At this point, it has been quite a long journey, and you guys do feel like you could benefit from retiring and possibly exploring the Godkiller dungeon again.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can actually come to the door.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a rest.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, a rest would probably be good for all of us. Where do you stay, priest?
Yeah, let's say it's copy-pasted of, like, Mastria, in a weird sense. There's just always been, like, bona fide haters. You guys would probably be staying in this area.
Okay.
Shall we retire?
You guys retire for the night, and you hear some... Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to require a check on this one, because you guys definitely are going to hear it. Like, during the night, you hear somebody in your room. Okay, you guys, I don't know, like, got separate rooms, but you hear somebody in each of your room. Roll me a initiative, I guess. Put it in the side to chat too, if you could, please. You know what? Fuck the initiative. Like, yeah. It seems to be like another assassin, but a much weaker looking one. Just even like one swipe at it, I guess, would probably whatever.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably swing on him.
I would try to disarm mine and tackle him.
As you tackle him to the ground, like his body like just poofs into a shadow, and he's gone.
Goddamn bastard!
I'm going for a straight uppercut.
You just poof, and then he slowly starts fading away into a shadow, and then he's completely gone.
Ninjas.
Yeah, I'm a stab with the scimitar.
And then after that, the night goes by pretty peacefully. Except for, you know, your casual nightmares that some of you have and stuff.
Nightmares of me being dead and then coming back to life. It's a cloud of blood.
Some PTSD, like he died in some pretty horrible ways. Like being
Some
stabbed
cat
from
stole all my
behind.
shit.
Yes, next morning pops up. You guys have a feeling if you went to the church, you'd probably get a cheap meal. Wouldn't be a good meal, but it'd be cheap.
Can I just like flash my holy symbol and get it for free?
Probably. If you volunteer
Hell yeah.
to help a little bit.
You cheapskate.
No, we'll get some work out of you.
This is for the homeless.
Do you see me having a home here? I am homeless.
We got gold.
Roll me a frickin' deception.
19.
He believes
I got an
you.
18.
He believes you. Yeah, you guys are pretty dirty looking. So what brings you guys to Solaryn?
Business.
The road.
I imagine you're in your water elemental form there.
Yeah, definitely.
So Soren, guys, turns into a water elemental. This is his casual look.
That's my default.
Yeah.
Why not the dwarf?
It was just for a job.
Coward.
It called for a dwarf. I don't like being short. You're discriminated against, okay?
Shots fired.
Mr. Fuzzy Feet.